the quotient rule. Let f divided by g be some quotient where the two functions are separately differentiable, and also the quotient is differentiable for all values of x, but that g of x is not the zero function. Moreover, the derivative of f divided by g is given by the denominator times the derivative of the numerator minus the numerator times the derivative of the denominator all over the denominator squared. So that's how we do that. It is this derivative for the quotient. It is the derivative of the numerator times your denominator minus the numerator times the derivative of the denominator all over the denominator squared. Considering that, let's look at this problem. So here f prime of x is equal to the derivative of the numerator is 1 times our denominator minus the numerator times the derivative of the denominator, which is 2x. And this is all over our denominator to be squared. So this gives us x squared plus 1 minus 2x squared all over x squared plus 1 to be squared. We simplify this. This is 1 minus x squared all over x squared plus 1 all to be squared. Take the next problem. H prime of x is equal to the derivative of the numerator, where the derivative of x to the 1/2 is 1/2 times x to the negative 1/2 times our denominator minus our numerator times the derivative of our denominator all over the denominator to be squared. So now the rest is just simplification. So this is, yes, x cubed plus 1 over 2 times the square root of x minus 3 x squared times the square root of x mercy. Three x squared times the square root of x. This is all over the denominator to be squared. We simplify h prime of x. Take the top portion and you're going to combine those. We're going to add those two fractions. So we need to find the least common denominator, which is 2 the square root of x. So we have x cubed plus 1 over 2 times the square root of x and this is minus 3x squared times the square root of x times 2 times the square root of x over 2 times the square root of x, and this is all divided by that x cubed plus 1 all to be squared. Simplify that. Since we have the same denominators, we can combine the numerators. So up top we have x cubed plus 1 minus 3 times 2 is 6. X squared times x is x to the third. This is over 2 the square root of x divided by the x cubed plus 1 to be squared. You simplify and get the answer. This is 1 minus 5x cubed over the 2 square root of x drops downstairs with the x cubed plus 1 to be squared. So this is 2 times square root of x times parentheses x cubed, right? Parentheses x cubed plus 1 to be squared. We find this derivative. So g prime of x is said to be the derivative of the numerator, which is cosine x, times our denominator, minus our numerator times the derivative of our denominator. So I'm going to write that 2x first, and this x squared should have been in the front, and I'll correct it. We'll just go ahead and just write it like the way we say it, times minus the numerator times the derivative of the denominator all over our denominator squared. Now let me write that in the correct manner. So g prime of x is equal to here x squared cosine x minus 2x sine x all over x to the 4th. Now x is common in all three terms, so g prime of x is equal to, yes, x times cosine x minus 2 sine x divided by x to the 3rd. Okay, again we use the quotient rule. F prime of x is equal to the derivative of the numerator, which here is -3 minus 2x, times the denominator, x squared minus 1, minus the numerator, 4 minus 3x minus x squared, times the derivative of our denominator, which is just 2x, all over the denominator squared. So we simplify this. So f prime of x is equal to, just FOIL this through. So this is -3 x squared plus 3 minus 2x to the 3rd plus 2x. This is minus, distribute the 2x to the parentheses, so 8x plus 6x squared plus 2x to the 3rd. That negative is being distributed through, all over x squared minus 1 to the 2nd. So we simplify this numerator. The minus 2x to the 3rd and the 2x to the 3rd will cancel out. And the minus 3x squared plus the 6x squared just put it here. So that is 3x squared, and minus here the 6x, the 2x minus 8x, and then plus 3. That's all over x squared minus 1 to be squared. And it looks like we can continue the simplification. The numerator, you can factor out a 3, so we have x squared minus 2x plus 1 all over x squared minus 1 to be squared. Well, this numerator looks like 3 times x minus 1 to be squared. Now, denominator is x minus 1 to be squared times x plus 1 to be squared. Hopefully you see that for the denominator. This is x minus 1 times x plus 1, and that's to be squared, right? So this is x minus 1 to be squared times x plus 1 to be squared. So notice here that the x minus 1 to be squared cancels out. So we're left now with f prime of x is equal to 3 It's a lazy 3. This is 3 all over x plus 1 to be squared. Thank you.